Hello, beloveds. Welcome back to the Thrive Hive show, Thrive with Hannah. Today, we are diving into one of the most misrepresented and misunderstood buzzwords in the entire world of healing, recovery, and personal growth: self-love. Now, before your eyes glaze over thinking that I'm about to pitch you on taking a bubble bath or lighting a scented candle, please pause. Because this isn't about indulgence. It's about agency. It's about energetics. It's about the quiet, honest integrity behind why we say yes or no to anything at all, and what's truly fueling those decisions under the surface. So this episode is for anyone who has ever wondered, what even is self-love? Like, really? Why does it matter? And how do I actually live it without faking it, forcing it, or using it as another way to punish myself into being better? You'll hear my signature mix of neuroscience, psychology, and hard-won life philosophy, usually learned the clunky, messy way through my own experience. I try it, I track it, I test it with others, then I bring you the truths that hold. Today, we will explore the subtle and sneaky ways we unknowingly sabotage self-love and how to spot them in your day-to-day. I will give you some science-backed, soul-aligned ways to rewire the way that you move through decisions, especially the ones that feel small but aren't. And I'll show you why this one upgrade, shifting the why behind your choices, might just be the key to unlocking the life you've been trying to manifest for years. This isn't about aesthetics or escape. It's about the frequency beneath your actions, the tone of your self-talk, the presence you bring to your own becoming. Self-love isn't a feeling, y'all. It's not even an action. I know, I'm being controversial. It's a fuel, a vibration, a quiet, sovereign energy that powers everything else. It's a lens of how you see the world. Let's dive in. Section 1. What is self-love? Really? Let's zoom out a little and get a bit philosophical, okay? A little soulful, a little scientific. Imagine love not as something soft or sweet, but as a vibrational current, a motive force, a spiritual baseline. When you bring that lens to the concept of self-love, you realize it's not what you do, it's why you do it. Are we saying yes to things because we're afraid of being rejected, punished, or judged? Are we saying no out of avoidance, fear of failure, or the shame of not being enough? Or are our choices coming from a place of self-respect, self-honoring, and truth-telling care? I hope so. Adlerian psychology teaches that we are goal-oriented beings, that every action has a purpose. But if that purpose is to earn worth or avoid judgment or punishment, we can never settle into the truth of who we are. We'll always be chasing, always compensating. That's no bueno. In DMT, dialectical behavioral therapy, radical acceptance is foundational. Now that doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging what is without judgment, and then choosing what honors your current state without betraying your future self. When we operate from that clarity, the choice might look the same on the outside, but inside it's rooted in peace, not pressure. Self-love is not fixing ourselves to become lovable. It's loving ourselves enough to stop fixing and start aligning. It's a shift in posture, not performance. It's treating ourselves like someone worth listening to, even when the old tapes are playing. Hope that makes sense. Section 2, same action, different motive, equals an entirely different outcome. So let's get raw and real here, which is what I do, because this is one of the biggest areas where self-love shows up, or doesn't, in our daily lives. There are days, and we've all had them, when we wake up and it feels like our entire body is made of lead. Brain fog clouds everything, even our words feel heavy. Yes? We stare at our calendar, interviews to run, content to create, meetings to lead, children to do, and we feel like we can barely get through brushing our teeth, let alone perform or be present. Yes? So what do we do? Example 1, taking a day off. So this happened to me just a few days ago. It's actually what's bringing up this topic. I woke up and I was done. Like, not the dramatic kind of done, but the real kind, the cellular exhaustion. I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't film. I couldn't write. I couldn't coach. I was just heavy, foggy, and fried. The inner voice of fear started screaming, if you cancel this, you're going to ruin your momentum. People will think you're flaky. You won't be respected. You'll lose money. You'll fall behind. You won't be invited again. Everyone else seems to be able to push through. Why can't you? You guys recognize those voices? Anybody else? Now, it's not just about rest. It's about what we make it mean, yeah? So the fear says, you're lazy, you're undisciplined, you can't be trusted, you'll never be successful, look how far behind you are, this is why. But then, the quieter, truer voice, my inner wise adult, my highest self, my aligned queen spoke. Would you rather show up half alive and out of alignment, or show up fully later in your wholeness? So this time I chose rest, not because I was avoiding, but because I was honoring. Because I want to train my nervous system to trust that my body's wisdom matters more than my calendar. That when I honor myself, I show up better later. And you know what? The next day, actually it was about a day and a half later, I created some of the most authentic, flowing content I've made in months. The ripple effects were real. Clients resonated more deeply, my audience grew, and most importantly, I felt proud of myself. That's the shift. We stop living from the fear of losing love, money, and approval, and start choosing from self-trust, faith, and long-term integrity. Nice, huh? Yeah. Example 2, working out. This one has been huge for me. There have been days when I would plan a workout and my body was saying a big no, right? But the voice of fear and shame whispers, if you skip this, you'll fall off. You always do this. You'll gain weight. You'll lose progress. You're sabotaging. It's punishment disguised as discipline. But what if the same skipped workout could be an act of love? What if I say, hey body, I hear you. You need yoga instead of weights today, or a walk instead of deadlifts, or maybe just stillness. That's not failure, y'all. That's partnership. Example 3, eating bacon on carnivore. Tomorrow marks my 40 days on the Carnivore Reset. And if you had told me a year ago, you guys, that I would be eating meat, eggs, and salt, pretty much that's it, I would have laughed or gagged. I was plant-based, pescatarian, a raw veggie, grain-loving, smoothie bowl kind of queen. Meat grossed me out, visually, ethically, energetically, everything about it. Blood on a plate, raw meat in my hands, I couldn't. But something shifted 40 days ago. My inflammation got worse. My skin broke out, cystic acne crawling up my back, my neck, my face. My belly looked pregnant most days. The gas, the fatigue, the brain fog became unbearable. So I tried something radical. And 39 days ago, I said yes to something I used to judge 40 days ago as wrong. But I did it with intention. I knew I couldn't carry the old programming into this new way of eating. I had to rewire it. So every time I eat now, I bless the food. Bless this animal, bless the land, bless the farmer, bless the chef, bless it in my body, and bless my body's service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I mean it. I don't think I can't have veggies. I think I choose only this right now because it's what honors me most. And the results? Y'all, my skin is clearing. My belly is flat. Like, I feel more energized, usually, less bloated. I'm not hungry all the time. I'm not thinking about food constantly. And I'm not dieting. I'm deciding. That's the power of choosing from overflow, not restriction. So let's all remember the same behavior, canceling, resting, eating differently. It can come from fear or from love. The outcome changes when the motive changes. That's self-love, y'all. Okay, section 3, self-love as inner parenting. Let's take it a step deeper. Self-love in its most lived in moment-to-moment form often looks like inner parenting. Every decision we face, every bite of food, every yes, every no, every calendar block is a conversation happening inside of us between 3 parts. The inner child, who just wants to be held, seen, safe. She says, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I'm scared it won't work. I just want to eat something and numb out. The inner protector, shaped by trauma, success culture, religious shame, hustle programming. This part says, keep going, push harder, don't disappoint, do not mess this up. You know what happens when you fall behind. And then we have the wise adult, our higher self. Sometimes I call her my aligned queen. And she says, I see both of you and we're okay. I'm in charge now. I will choose what is loving, not just what is urgent or expected. This inner dialogue plays out 100 times a day. One day recently, I had this big block of time to film. On paper, it was the perfect day to create. But something in my body said no. I hadn't slept well. I was emotionally spent from a hard conversation that I had the night before. I felt heavy and a little brittle. The inner child in me whispered, please don't make me get on camera today. The protector fired back, you have to. You're already delayed. You're losing momentum. This is your job. Show up or fall behind. And then the wise adult, the self-love voice, said, let's not make a decision based on panic. Let's just pause. Let's move our body, sit in the sun, drink something nourishing. Then we'll know. So that is what I did. And 90 minutes later, I felt more inspired. I filmed 2 of the best takes that I've done. They weren't perfect, but I felt good about it because it wasn't about skipping or forcing. It was about listening. Self-love is not a static state. It's a relationship. It's a negotiation between parts. And when we consistently choose to listen to the wise adult, the higher self, the aligned queen, the part that knows love, safety, and truth, we build trust from within. And that inner trust, y'all, that's what changes everything. Section 4, from should to sacred, rewriting the beliefs. All right, let's pause here. A, so I can have a drink. B, because this next part, it's the reframe that rewires everything. So most of us, especially those of us who've spent years in personal development or recovery or high performance environments, we're operating on old programming. We're running off of scripts that sound like they sound noble or they sound responsible, but they're actually fear in disguise. Follow me, all right? Here's what those scripts actually sound like. I should already know this. If I don't keep grinding, I'll fall behind. I'm too much. I'm not enough. If I slow down, I'll lose everything. I don't deserve to rest until everything is done. Ugh, hear those voices? Oh, they feel like crap in my body. But these are the beliefs that keep us hustling for our worth. These are the beliefs that say love must be earned, that success is the result of suffering. But what if we replaced those scripts with new sacred scripts? You want to try it? Yes. Okay, old. I should grind harder to prove I'm worth something. New. I create more success when I'm aligned, regulated, and inspired. Old. If I eat this, I'm failing. New. I listen to my body's needs with love and curiosity. Old. Discipline equals success. New. Devotion equals sustainability. Old. If I rest, I'm lazy. New. Rest is a sacred recalibration. It multiplies my power. Y'all, these aren't just affirmations. They are recalibrations. They shift the frequency that we operate in. And when we shift the frequency, we shift the results. Powerful. Section 5. When positive psychology meets the woo. Let's merge science and the soul. Oh, that's so good. Positive psychology tells us humans flourish when we operate from intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic, when we feel a sense of autonomy, mastery, and meaning. But here's the catch. Most of us are trained out of intrinsic motivation. We're trained to act from fear, shame, duty, or guilt. We're conditioned to ask, what will make people approve of me? What will help me avoid conflict or judgment? What's the right thing to do according to the rules I have internalized? You know them. But what if we swapped those for these questions? What would it look like to trust myself today? What decision feels nourishing and honoring, not just strategic or safe? What would devotion, not fear, choose in this moment? That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Because when we operate from devotion, not obligation, we activate our deepest power. That's when creativity flows, relationships deepen, success becomes magnetic instead of exhausting. We are not just managing behavior, we are creating resonance. Feel the difference? I hope so. Section 6, self-check. Here are some questions to realign with love. Okay, these are the checkpoints. These are the quiet questions that shift everything. Is this decision rooted in trust or fear? What belief is driving this choice? Would this still feel true tomorrow, or is it reactive? Is this act nourishing or numbing? Would I call this decision loving if it were for my child or my best friend? Am I choosing this from overflow or from emptiness? Is this action a performance or presence? Let's take it even deeper. Let's give ourselves some ask-formations. These are questions that unlock new neural pathways by inviting in higher possibilities. Ready? What would it feel like to truly trust myself today? How would my life change if I believed rest is productive? What if choosing pleasure and peace made me more successful, not less? What if honoring my body made me a better partner, parent, coach, leader? When we ask better questions, we create better realities. Section 7, frequency is the framework. So let's zoom all the way out now. The world responds not to what we say we want, but to the frequency that we live in. So if we want a life that feels free, loving, aligned, abundant, we have to become the version of us who lives from that state. And that starts with micro-decisions powered by self-love. Self-love isn't loud. It isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's saying no when everyone expects a yes. Sometimes it's staying in or pulling away or completely rewriting your food, your movement, your boundaries, your metrics for success. Sometimes it's choosing meat after 29 years of being plant-based. Sometimes it's taking a nap instead of filming something. Sometimes it's starting over again. And that's okay, because we, this community, this circle, this conversation, we are not here to perform worthiness. We are here to practice wholeness. We are not broken. We are blooming. We don't need more punishing discipline. We need more sacred devotion. Before we wrap, I just want to say this. Don't let the simplicity of these practices fool you. This stuff, it is ancient wisdom meets modern neuroscience. It's behavioral psychology layered with spiritual strategy. And it's working, not just for me, but for thousands of others like you who are rewiring the way they show up in the world. Don't let my light presentation make you think this stuff won't work, all right? It isn't fluff. This is power. Real transformation doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, it's quiet, a shift in motive, a pause before a yes, a breath before a bite. But when practiced daily, it compounds into a life that feels radically different from the inside out. So stick with it, come back to it, revisit the questions. Let the aligned queen or king lead, because your next level isn't in doing more, it's in choosing from love. If you're still with me, amazing. I would love to hear from you. What is one recent decision that you made, big or small, where you caught yourself operating from the fear and the shoulds? And how would it look different if you rewrote it, the same decision, maybe the same action, but you rewrote it from self-love? Please drop it in the comments, okay? I promise I will respond to every single one, because we're not preaching here. We're practicing together in real time. If this landed for you, forward it to your best friend, your therapist, your partner, anyone who is in the work of becoming. This conversation doesn't end here. We're just getting started. Self-love is not indulgence. It is not performance. It's fuel. It's the frequency. It's freedom. It's the lens through which we do or don't do all the things. Let's live from that place. Let's build lives that are rooted in love. Let's rise, not through hustle, but through devotion. Beloved, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are right on time, right where you are supposed to be. You are perfect and growing. This is the best work, and you are worth it. And I